When Dean Steele first asked me to offer reflection for this evening, I replied to her asking for a prompt or some guidelines. Ever the student, I sought parameters, some kind of an essay question so that I could do the corresponding research. Although VDS has indeed taught me how to scour the sources and develop conclusions, my experience here has been much more than books and papers, research material, and practical knowledge. When Dean Steele suggested that I share what has meant the most to me during this time, I realized that VDS has taught me how to explore the stuff of life, the stuff of being human. I have learned to engage the boundaries set before me, finding them more permeable and malleable than I expected. In my 2 very short years here, I've learned just a bit about how complicated the world is. Gloriously complicated for sure, but not without its difficulties. Traveling to the US-Mexico border last May was an eye-opening experience to just how messy the world can be. Messy with love and loss, with the pain of real persons. Down in Arizona and Mexico, I began to understand just a little bit more the deep-seated human desire for easy answers and hard lines. Where does that leave room for the transitions, for the in-betweens and processes of living, the liminal spaces in which we so frequently find ourselves? We saw and heard deeply powerful stories during that trip, more than I can recount during this time. Upon arriving back, VDS continued to show me how to hold space for all those instances when we don't fit in the boxes offered to us. Spaces where one-line descriptions are never seen as the summation of the whole, complex person's present. VDS has taught me that every beautiful human soul I encounter in their God-given flesh deserves to be honored in all of their uniqueness. To ignore these uncertainties, complexities, and blurry lines would be an injustice to the greatness and vastness of creation. I am proud to be part of a community of classmates that does not take the easy way out and seeks to hold space for the difficult questions, many of which are yet unanswered. I hope that I have contributed to cultivating this space in my own way, through an interfaith group, through field ed placements, and through daily conversations with classmates. Inside and outside of classes, I have tried to learn from each of you, really hear your stories, lean into your difficulties with you, and learn more about who you persist in being. I hope that you have felt the deep care I have for all of you. As much as I have learned immense information from my textbooks and professors, I have learned even more from you, my peers. From all different walks of life, we encountered each other in very intimate ways, sometimes by choice and sometimes by necessity. The ambiguity of authentic meeting can be a watercolor where parts flow and fade into each other, a beauty absent of harsh lines and distinctions. I believe that we have cultivated such spaces. So thank you for your patience as I stumbled along learning from each of you. I'm proud to know such amazing people doing such amazing work. Not only have you shown me the beauty of complexity, but also to dream and imagine as far as the eye can see. There are such great expanses before us, equal parts terrifying and exciting, but still a world of possibilities. Though untamed and fierce to look upon, uncharted territory can offer as much opportunity as it does risk. Professor Vicki Matson offered this quote from Rainer Maria Rilke at the beginning of Field Ed this year, and it continues to call to me. Be patient with everything unresolved in your heart, and try to love the questions themselves as if they were locked rooms or books written in very foreign languages. Don't search for the answers which could not be given to you now, because you would not be able to live them. And the point is to live everything. Live the questions now. Perhaps then, someday far in the future, you will gradually, without even noticing it, live your way into the answers. So to you classmates staying and classmates going, I hope we can continue living into the complexities, leaning into questions which seem to have no answers. I dare to hope that we will eventually find ourselves living into such answers and leave our communities and our own beings changed in their wake.